Hi everybody, and welcome to the Wolven Games channel. Today we're going to be showing you day one of the World Championships 2013.
Yay!
Yay! And today with me I have, you just heard him, Majumbo.
Hello.
I'm Gondorian, by the way. And we've also got Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
Hey, how's it going?
Kyle, the creator of Shadow Era. What we're doing today with the coverage is we're going to rotate between team members and keep each broadcast under 2 hours so that it goes to YouTube. So we're kicking you off, and then in the middle you'll have Lewis, Sue Slayer, and Kevin, Nacho Chairs. They'll be joined by Samuel J. And then we'll be back on later for more stuff, and I guess it all depends on how long it takes to run. The brackets for day one have just been shuffled, and
Yes.
we can actually announce who's playing who. And then once we've done that, then maybe we'll look back into how they ended up getting to the World Championships. So I will now show the brackets.
Woo!
There we go. So, have you brought those up as well, Trevor?
Yeah.
You can see that? So at the top, we've got Justicar, a recent qualifier, versus K.A. Leo.
Yeah.
G2 versus Karapok. Those four aren't super well known in the community, are they?
Hey, well, you know, if you want to become well known, this is the time to do it. Here's the prestigious event where, like, you get all the credit in the world just for winning this thing.
True. And then we've got Monomax, who qualified a long time ago for this.
Yes, yes, he did.
The man, the legend, Raphael Majair. Then Viac versus Lion Dragon. They're both KA members based in China. Black Mask versus Slowtown. Jackie versus Mojo Jojo. K.A. Henson versus Pandemonium. And Eclipse versus Busty. Ouch! Wow, that was a semi-final match, wasn't it, back in the day? Or did they not meet, actually?
Actually, Busty and... I think so.
No, Busty met Amber, and who was second? Eclipse beat Flychung in the final, didn't he?
Yes, that was the finals.
Jackie, I think, faced...
I think Jackie was against Eclipse.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
So that's going to be a great match. That's probably the one that I want to jump in at the start, actually, to see how the defending world champions.
Oh yeah, for sure. That sounds like an exciting bout to me, for sure. You want to see how our prior winner does.
Will he go all the way this year? Now, compared to last year, there's a variation on the format. Do you want to talk us through the format for day one, Trevor?
Yes, day one is a double elimination format. What this means is that, let's say you lose once in round one, you're not just automatically bopped out of the tournament. Instead, you fall to the lower bracket, which you can actually see on the bracket page there. And in the lower bracket, you essentially have a second life or a second chance to fight your way back into the finals of the tournament. So if you were to go in the lower bracket from round one and then win every single match, you'll eventually end up right back in the finals of the event against the winner of the winner's bracket. It's kind of a cool little system that makes sure you don't just lose right away and get out. It gives you that second chance to fight back in. So maybe you say you think you got unlucky. Well, hey, now you got another chance. You can fight the person you lost to and beat them over again.
And it's a best of 5 final as well, isn't it?
Best of 5 finals, yes.
So wow, you've got quite a few chances to lose some games down to bad luck, I think. Good players like to blame bad luck on losses usually. But in this tournament, I think that actually the caliber's so high, anybody could win it.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
All right, should we look at how the players got to the World Championships finals now? Bring up the how they qualified.
Sure. Let me pull up that Epic Cool list. Do you got it up there, or do you want me to throw you the link?
Put it on the stream. Yeah.
See it now.
At the top, we've got Eclipse. We won the World Championships. I think the last one was in July last year. The timing for this one has been pushed back. One, so that it captures more of what actually happened in 2013. If you have it in the middle of 2013, then some great player that shows up at the end of 2013, like I think some of these players have actually, wouldn't have the chance to be 2013 World Champion. So that's one reason to push it back. Another is that the timing seems to make sense with the third set now being advertised and spoilers happening. So this is kind of a goodbye to the Call of the Crystals Dark Prophecies meta, because soon the meta is going to change with a whole new set being added. So that's another reason to push it out a little bit. I think it's ended up working out really well. And we're all free on this weekend as well, so that's another great reason for it to be so late.
Yes, that's a reason.
So Eclipse has had that title now for more than a year. Will he retain it?
I think that's the first big question you ask yourself is, does he hold on to his title, or does someone dethrone him? At this point, it's far too early to tell. I just don't know.
Because with this format that we're running, if you don't win day one, you can still get a whole new shot day two. And if you win day two, then you're in the face-off. So there's a lot of ways for him to manage to keep his title. You could just win everything, and then that's easy. Just win day one, win day two, never fall into the losers bracket. And then I think you go down history as the best.
That's the easiest way to win. In fact, is just to win day one and win day two, and never fall into the losers bracket. It's the least amount of games to your victory.
Okay, on to the next player, Henson. So Henson, Monomax, and Jackie, they took part in regionals championships that were run over a period of days last winter for 3 different regions, as you can see on the screen there. The regions weren't like strict. You didn't have to be from Europe to be in the Europe one. That's how we've got Jackie, who's from, I think he lives in California. He won the European one. Monomax, I think, is from America. And Henson definitely is from Asia. So they won those. They, again, have been waiting a long time to come to this event. So hopefully they get some value out of this weekend.
I think they will. I think this is a weekend full of value for the 16 people that qualified.
Super value. Oh, yeah, we should recap what the prizes are as well soon.
That's a great idea. In fact, after we do this, we can jump into the prizes.
Yeah, maybe Kyle could read out what the prizes are going to be.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You up for that, Kyle?
Sure, we have some really great prizes. I think you guys caught me on a good day when I was in a good mood or something.
Yes. We always try to time it just right when there's prizes involved. So, if only we caught you on the right day looking for pay rises. But anyway, let's move on. Busty. Busty is the sealed deck champion. He's the only sealed deck champion for Shadow Era, official one, because we don't actually have support for that in the game. It was something with a format that I created a tool for. It was popular, and people said, hey, let's have a big tournament. Wow, was that a big tournament. That went over like 7 weeks or something. And the format was you would get 20 booster packs. And then each week you would get another 3 booster packs. And you could change your deck over those period of weeks. Was it 15 at the start? Oh, so long ago. Anyway, it was quite hard to run. It was the hardest event that's ever been run. Nahar, our official organised play specialist at the time, ran it, but the tools behind it was all coded by me, and that took a hell of a lot of work. So I should probably dig that out for when Shattered Fates comes out, so we can have another one. But it was a lot of work, a lot of bespoke coding for that. Busty emerged champion, and he's here today. So I wish him luck. I wonder if he's put in the same cards as he used to win the Sealed Deck Championship.
I might.
Campfire stories and whatnot.
Campfire stories for the win.
Next up, we've got Raphael Majair. He's been known in the community for about as long as I've been in it, actually. I think he burst onto the scene with a Zaladar rush deck or something. Had a really long thread talking about the strategies of that with, I was chiming in there, Otto7, another guy from the past who's recently re-emerged. He won the first official 1.27 tournament. And he's here today because he won Season 6 of the Quick Match Ladder, which went on for about 4 or 5 months, I think. The season ended when Dark Prophecies came out. We couldn't tell them exactly when that would be because it's got to coincide with when Apple approved the update. So he was fighting his way at the top of the ladder to make sure that he stayed there. It's worth recapping actually on Busty and Jackie. They were finalists last year. So
Top 4, yeah.
Top 4, yeah. And the last top 4 person hasn't qualified this year.
Yeah, Fly Chung's not on this particular list.
Fly Chung isn't on there now. Actually, Fly Chung got into the last one as a wild card winner.
Yeah, he
that's
did. So he was like a last minute entry, and then he like jumped into like the finals, I believe. So like go him.
Go him. Maybe one of our maybe the same could be true for Lion Dragon this year, but we've not got to him yet. So Raphael Majair won Season 6 of the Quick Match. Used quite a variety of decks. He used a Moonstalker in some, Majair. I think he had a Boris deck. Since then, since he secured his spot, he hasn't had to stress so much on the Quick Match Ladder. Up next, Amigo. So Season 7 was a Dark Prophecy season. That went on for about, I think, 4 months. And Amigo, also known as Mojo Jojo, he won that. Props to him.
Props to him.
He's had quite a few outs as well, doing well. I think he's a solid player. I think the player-run tournaments that we've had, he's won quite a few of those. The ones sponsored by Wolverine. So he's one to watch, for sure, Amigo. The next guy I can't really pronounce properly, also known as Slowtown, but his in-game name is
Nayoi or something.
If you type Uance backwards, you get that. Yeah. This is not Uance. Uance did not qualify, but his account ended up in the hands of somebody else. We don't know if he lost it in a game of poker. We don't know if he misplaced it on the bus or something. But
I'm going with the game of poker theory. That's probably it.
So we don't know much about that guy, except that he made it into the top 5 of Season 6, and in the face-off between players 2, 3, 4, and 5, who were eligible to compete there, he emerged a champion in the round robins.
Yeah, he won quite convincingly, and I think he only dropped 2 games in that particular playoff.
So he's one to watch. Well, they're all ones to watch. It's a shame we can't watch all of them.
All 16 of them are ones to watch. It's true. They're all like, high-profile players that they didn't just get invited into the spot. They won their way into the spots.
It didn't just show up and sign up within the first 16 sign-ups.
Yeah, it's good to know. Like, we got regional champions, we got world champion Eclipse, the steel deck champion Busty. I mean, everyone kind of won their way in.
And I think when we get to the prizes, we'll see why they've all shown up and how each of them will get something, even if they get destroyed first round and in the losers bracket, because the quality's so high, somebody's got to lose. Well, 15 have got to lose.
That's true.
Who next we got? Alpha Omega. Alpha Omega is also known as Pandemonium on the forum. I'm not sure why he's Alpha Omega there, but
Alpha Omega was the account that he won it with. But yes, it's Pandemonium.
He was the top player at Season 8 Quick Match. That only lasted about 6 weeks. Compared to the other guys, he had an easier ride, I would say. But it was more active then as well. It was quite a fierce competition.
Definitely.
Pandemonium is well known for really not liking Aladwin, I think.
That's something you'd be known for. Really dislikes Aladwin.
If he gets destroyed by Aladwin, then he will not like her even more. We'll find out what the decks are soon. He's also created a very good web-based deck builder, so props to him.
Yes, that's a handy deck builder indeed.
Next, K.A. Leo. So he's one that's actually put K.A. in his name. And we ran some more regionals recently for 3 different regions. He emerged champ of the Asia one. I don't think he was around this time last year. I don't remember him too well.
He might have been, because it's K-A-L is like the in-game name he uses. So he might have bumped into L, but not realized it was K.A. Leo on the forum.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose we can ask him. I mean, if he wins, we'll interview him.
He basically just shortens Leo to L in-game.
Right. Okay, so there's him. There's Poochie, who calls himself Poochie here, but on the forum he's Poochie too. That's because the original Poochie who signed up on the forum had to be put down, sadly. He caught an illness. He had to go to the
horrible.
vet.
The Poochie.
He had to be put down, yeah. So this is Poochie 2, or A1 Poochie. What hero did he win his regional with? It's probably worth highlighting that, actually, isn't it? What the different regional winners won with?
Yes, each of the different regionals they won with 3 different heroes. I remember trying to think Poochie. I remember Black Mask was the epic Badru victory.
Yeah,
that one really kind of stuck.
Maybe you can look this up while I keep talking.
Yes,
so we can chat to the viewers. Should have checked that first, shouldn't I? But sorry about that, everybody. Next up, well, I haven't actually talked about BP Black Mask yet, but he's relatively new on the scene as well, I think, actually. BP's a very big guild, and they play in a lot of events, and he brought along a Resource Destruction Baduru, and won the Americas Regional, which was only about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
That was a pretty exciting one.
Who was in the final with him? Can you remember that?
It was an Elementalist player.
Right. Oh, yeah, Elementalis. Yes.
Yeah,
so Poochie won with a Zaladar. Oh, yeah, Zaladar was kind of anti-Millstorm.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was. It was the Zaladar that was running Interference, Shadow Font, and Shadow Vein to basically just constantly use the Shadow Energy ability over and over again. That was a fun deck, actually.
I wonder if we'll see one of those this weekend. So that was
he's in this event, so he just might bring the same thing, you know?
True. Over to Kerapok. So as with Season 6, the top positions 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the ladder had the opportunity to compete unless they'd already qualified. And I think that was an all Black Phoenix Guild fair. And the winner of that was BP Kerapok. So he's here today because of that. Up next, A1 Justicar. So very, very recently we ran 2 events to give away the last 2 spots in this event. And A1 Justicar won with Aladwin, right?
Yes. It was the epic Aladwin victory by Justicar. And then I think the last chance qualifier also ended up being Aladwin. 2 Aladwins in a row there.
Right. And the quick match face-off for Season 8, won by Viact. He beat all 3 other people in the round robin. So that's how he qualified. And he's well known. He's been around since the days of, I think, the 40-card ladder that I was running and the earliest Shadow Era League that I was running.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I remember him.
He's a long-time player. And finally, A1 Lion Dragon. He was the runner-up in the 2011 World Championships to Benum. Now, he just won the last chance qualifier yesterday, bringing an Aladwin. It was an epic Aladwin mirror match in the end. He emerged victorious, and he is also one to watch. We keep saying they're all ones to watch. They really are. I'm
But
very
that's
soon
really
gonna start
that's why this event is exciting. It's because they're all ones to watch. Every one of them has really earned their spot, and they all won high profile events and made a name for themselves.
There we go. Now, should we look at the prizes? Carl's ready now to talk us through.
Definitely, we'll have Kyle do his prize read off.
Got the link up. He can remind himself of all the prizes. Can't actually find the thread now. But if Kyle's got it up, then I'll just let Kyle talk through it.
The thread is right there.
Yeah, so this year we have a lot of prizes, a lot better than even last year. But of course, once again, we have the grand prize being the iPad. That's what everyone's shooting for. So I'll just go through all the prizes that we have, if you can get it up on your screen.
Yeah.
For now, we have a cool Skype list on the screen. That's nice.
Yeah, oops. Sorry, everybody. I showed the wrong thing. I've hidden it now. I'll try and get it on the screen in a moment without accidentally showing everything, showing all the Skype stuff.
Apparently, my name is DT Trevor.
It was on there, yeah.
So I'll just start with the description of the prizes. So we have, of course, 16 people playing in this World Championship. And so right from the start, they all get exclusive digital sleeves. So, of course, in the digital game, the sleeves are what you see on the back of the cards. So these 16 players will be able to show everyone in the game that they were part of the World Championship for 2013. And they also get 10,000 shadow crystals. So that's $100 worth of shadow crystals just for showing up today. And we also have some random door prizes. And these are physical playmats. We're giving one of each playmat. So 4 people at random will win a physical playmat shipped to them for free. Today is day 1. So we have our 16-person double elimination event. And it's going to be deck lock with no sideboards today. Best out of 3. So the top 4 players will get digital foils. Of course, everyone loves foils. The top 2 will get $100 in store credit. So that's the online store to order physical products. We don't know if they're going to order Dark Prophecies, or maybe they want Call of the Crystals, maybe they want some more playmats, whatever you want. It's $100 in store credit. And the winner will go on to the epic best of 7 face-off. So tomorrow we have similar prizes. We got foils, $100 in store credit. And of course, in the finals, it's the winner takes all the iPad Air.
I really want one of those.
It's not just an iPad Air. It is engraved on the back. Shadow Era World Champion 2013.
That is sweet. You won't want to use as well. You might want to use a nice protective cover for it. I don't know. So you want to show that off, don't you? So those are some sweet prizes. We're 5 minutes away now from starting the event. Are all the players in IRC? Is there a lot of trash talking going on? Can you give us a clue as to what's going on there, Trevor?
Everyone is in IRC, but there is not much trash talking going on. Everyone seems
come
to
on,
be
see if you can stir
patient.
something up. A little bit of trash talking.
All right, Eclipse has just said thrash talking commencing, so he's not gonna do trash talking. He's gonna do thrash talking.
He's going to talk about the legendary guitar skills of Slash from.
Oh, there we go. He says, "You're going down, all of you." So, there we go. Eclipse with the trash talk. Good job, Eclipse. He has started things off with some good old trash talking.
Excellent.
Everyone is going down.
Is everybody excited?
I think
Ask them if they're excited. They must
smiley
be
face,
excited.
in fact. Smiley faces mean excited to me.
I would be super nervous right now. Actually, I'm super nervous right now because I'm live over the internet. But if I was taking part in this, I think I'd be even more nervous.
I'm a lot more excited than the years gone by. I remember a few years ago when I was running the first tournament on using like pencil and paper, and I had to stay up all night, overnight, to do the coin cost. Coin toss. They actually don't have coins in Vietnam, so I had to write like heads and tails on an eraser and throw it against the wall. Yeah, a few years later, we have like digital on the forums. We have all the brackets set up. It looks so nice. So hopefully, it's a lot less work for us this year.
I don't know. Throwing erasers against walls sounds pretty fun.
It was fun, yeah.
Right, let's. I'm getting ready. I've brought the app view up now so that we can start looking for these games that are about to start. And we're going to be jumping into Eclipse versus Busty, I believe, when that kicks up.
Eclipse versus Busty. Tournament starts in just 4 minutes now. 4 minutes, and then everyone will go.
And everybody's present. All 16 players are present.
Everyone has checked in. Everyone has submitted deck lists, so these guys are pretty much good to go. They're just waiting 4 minutes for our starting time, and then bam, all bets are off.
Excellent. I think when it does kick off, then we can start announcing who's using what hero, or should we leave that as a kind of surprise thing for when we jump into matches?
Yeah, I think we can surprise people as we jump into matchups. Be like, you never guess what they're playing.
I've got the list here, but I'll try not to refer to it, just so there's more surprise in the game. Will we see this? Will we see that?
Much as I could reveal everything, I don't think the players want us to reveal everything.
They're not interested in having everything revealed. Okay. Right, Kyle, any words for the competitors or any plugs you want to do for the Kickstarter? Next 3 minutes?
I did want to say that I will be continuing the tradition of offering redemption codes. So in my chat, in the Twitch TV stream, I'm going to write a sentence. And you have to figure out by that sentence what the redemption code is. And go to shadowera.com/ what is it? Redeem?
Redeem.php. Yeah.
Yes, redeem. And you'll enter in the redemption code. The first person that gets it will get between 100 and 200 shadow crystals.
Cool.
So
Excellent.
if you see me like say something really weird, it's probably a redemption code in disguise.
All right.
Okay. Do you sometimes give them out in team meetings as well? Because I would explain something.
That's actually really cool. I remember the redemption codes last year were quite popular. You were on the IRC chat just kind of shooting them off, but you're like using the craziest quips to present them.
Yeah, right now I'm in Vietnam, so here it's currently 2 a.m.
Oh,
so
right.
Yeah, after a few hours, it gets pretty crazy. So yeah, watch out.
If you thought Carl said strange things in the past, when it's like 4 a.m. and he's trying to come up with things that fit with redeem codes, you can hear some classics, I'm sure.
That sounds like fun.
Right. Somebody wants the place for where to redeem stuff, so I'll type that in now. So if you're on the Twitch chat now, then somebody's already done it.
Good job, Pale Stitch, on the button.
I thought it was that one. I thought it was game.shadowarea.com. Maybe they both work. You just enter your email address for your account and the code, and if you're the first one to do it, then you will get those shadow crystals.
I dropped it in IRC, just in case you guys needed it there too.
Okay. It's now close to the start, I would say.
1:59. We are literally 1 minute out from starting this thing.
We're going to be starting off with Eclipse versus Busty.
I can feel it, man. They're just getting ready to play. It's like, World Championships 2013, we're finally here, and oh my god, the clock just moved to 7 p.m. GMT. That means the tournament has now started. Everyone in the event, you can now start your games.
I'd like to give a shout out to Joey Boy for a strange emoticon that he just put on the stream. I don't know if that's he's been punched in the eye or it's a wink. The Twitch emoticon's a bit weird. But yeah, props to you for that. Pale Stitch just did the same. Props to him for copying. Whoa, Omnominus is back.
Omnominus.
With the world's giantest emoticon you've ever seen. So I'm very impressed with that. I'm loving that. I'd love to just carry on looking at the great emoticons, but I reckon there's going to be a match starting up in a minute. Who should I be looking up? Is it A1 Eclipse?
I do believe it is. And A1 Eclipse and A1 Busty, I believe, are the ones we're waiting for. Looks like A1 Busty has hosted the game. It's just waiting for Eclipse to hop on in there, and then we can watch him.
Okay. Oh, A1 Busty.
This is going to be an exciting one. Watching the world champion of last year right in the first round. Oof. How will he do? I have not had the pleasure of watching Eclipse play some high-profile matches in quite a while. Be exciting to see how he does. Yeah, me and you, I think we've both been pretty much busy with expansion work and the like. You know, the design team work keeps us busy.
Really busy. There's so many things you'd never think that would need working on. Yeah,
it's true. There's always something to do.
I want to thank Carl for that, keeping us busy, never giving us a chance to get bored. Never ever, never ever bored.
And the game has started.
Right. In that case, I'm going to click on it and jump in and start commentating. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God, guys! The tournament has just started. Like officially, this is it.
This is it. We've got
Foil Amber.
Foil Amber versus an Alt Art Xana. Busty has gone second. Eclipse is rocking the... I forget the name of that card now.
That's Legion United.
Legion United.
The Legion United sleeve advantage. So one person has sleeve advantage, but the other one has foil hero advantage. It's hard to tell who's ahead when they got it's separate advantages.
And the pretty Jasmine has hit the field. Kyle will be happy about that, I'm sure.
I think Kyle's very happy about that.
Since we're actually watching this in quick time, and this is the World Championships, we might see quite a lot of people's hands thinking. And the choice to be made here is that if he puts an ally down now, unless he's going to have a hard job killing off that Jasmine. So he's wondering whether one is if he puts another ally down, is it going to get distracted by her? Or will he consider something else?
There's always kind of the question to ask early in the game. It's what he is sacrifice. A lot of high-level players will tell you that it's the sacrifice decisions that actually matter most in this game. They believe that like those early game sack decisions can really kind of determine whether you win or lose. It's all about like what cards is sacking. And he decides to go for a crippling blow.
That must have been a tough choice because she can still use her ability there. So
and he didn't drop a drop. Yeah. You just know he wanted to. He wanted to drop the ally, but felt he couldn't. Interesting to note that Eclipse is running Xana again because last year, what did he win with? Xana.
And what deck got to the finals 2 years ago? Xana, and it was won by Jericho. So Xana, Eclipse probably is the best in the world with Xana. So why not? The deck's changed though from last year.
That's true. That's true. So, there's new cards available. In fact, one of them just hit the board. Elizabeth Winterborn, I do not believe existed during last year's World Championships. Definitely a nice card advantage outlet. It gives him something he didn't have access to before.
So if she's not damaged, she'll draw you cards. If she is damaged, she has extra attack.
But no longer draws cards.
But if she's really damaged, then she's in the graveyard.
In this case, that Elizabeth basically it took 5 damage off of the Jasmine and the hero, and it also drew him a card when he played it. So it wasn't that bad. It at least paid for itself and deflected some damage. Did 2 damage to the enemy hero too.
I think last year we saw that Eclipse wasn't running any 2-drops in his deck. I wonder if he's gone for the same this year.
Last year was interesting because even the Amber decks, they weren't running 2-drops either. But now they are. Like you can see this Amber here is running Puin. When we had Amber, like Jackie was playing Amber last year, made it way up to top 4. That deck had no Puins. There's a focus prayer to pop the jeweler's dream.
I'm sad to see that it isn't a foil Puin, because they are available to people who pre-order Dark Prophecies.
And both of these players do have the star icon.
Right, which means they both pre-ordered the original. Yes.
So they have the option.
They don't have star advantage. Well, no, I think that was for Dark Prophecies pre-ordered a foil Puin, so...
yeah, well, you'd imagine if they did it once, they can do it again. They have the option.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. True that. Well, we've just been hit by a foil Aeon now.
That is looking good.
A1 Otto is
He's spying,
in the middle of
spying on his guildmates.
If there's too much chat in there, then I think I can turn the chat off.
Yeah, it's always an option. Now, you know what would be interesting to see is if Eclipse is running Healing Touch. Healing Touch was like his epic tech card he ran last year, and it was used specifically to counter cards such as Crippling Blow, which has been affecting that Jasmine this entire game.
That is interesting. Will he run that? I suppose it depends what he thought he'd see with so many Aladwins recently. Maybe he thought he might need even more heal. If he thought it's going to just be like Warriors and Aladwin, then yeah, that would make a good call.
We'll just have to wait and see on that, see if he impresses us with that Healing Touch or not.
That Aeon's putting in the work now. Got some damage on Amber. Spectral Saber. Previously known, well, the art was previously known as Destroy Arms. Long ago.
That's true. That art used to belong to Xana's card pool. Like when she played Focus Prayer, that would have been Destroy Arms, and it would have had that art. Now it has swapped to a different side. It's in the Warriors now. Warrior Woven, to be exact.
Would you like to give some insights on like the art changes and name changes, Carl, from back in the day? How did that all come about?
It's a really long process that we go through, both through art and naming. Sometimes art doesn't quite fit the card, although it's a good art, so we might change art out. But we do keep the art on hand because, you know, in future sets it might be more appropriate, just like this, in this case with that art. We are still saving the Priest of the Light art, so maybe we'll see that again.
That was an ironic move, actually, or coincidental move. Focus Prayer just took out the card that has the artwork that it used to have. Was that an act of vengeance? Like, yeah, get off the field, I used to have that art. Focus Prayer was Destroy Arms. And I've remembered now why, because the bottom row then used to be called the items row, and Focus Prayer as Destroy Arms said that it destroyed items. And then we cleaned everything up, and then we had support abilities instead, and items. And then Destroy Arms didn't make sense for destroying a portal, so it became Focus Prayer, and that's it. We'll get back to the match.
That's true. That's actually a good point you bring up. There's a lot of history there. It used to be the item row, and the support abilities weren't even called support abilities, and bam goes the tidal wave.
Yeah.
Now that tidal wave was great in that it cleared up a lot of stuff, and a Jasmine that's crippled wasn't doing you much good anyways, but he didn't play any follow-up allies, so Amber now has the initiative to take board presence back.
If he's not got any 2-drops, we don't know if he has, but...
Well, with a Pump Jeweler's Dream, it's now at 4 resources. He's probably playing something. And there's a Jasmine. So yeah, he's basically firmly put his foot down and said, board control is mine. This puts Eclipse in a bit of a sticky situation. Now, what will Eclipse do to get out of this? What do you think Eclipse has to do to turn this around now? Oh.
Skip a turn?
Pass the turn.
Well, he might be saying, put another ally down, because you know I might tidal wave it again.
That's actually true. A lot of times when you're playing a Priest like Xana, you do try to actively bait your opponent into overextending so you can blast them with tidal waves for mass value. But that might also be a tell of just maybe a weaker position. Or maybe because of the healing ability, Xana was just perfectly okay with taking damage on that turn to the face.
Yeah, I suppose you don't know how much healing's in the hand either. Retreat.
Wise staff, that's pretty good. The Wisdom Staff can also help take out durability on the Jeweler's Dream if need be, so that can kind of help him get back into the board. Oh, but a Smashing Blow says no to that plan.
So Amber's on the clock though. Her health is ticking down. Meanwhile, Xana can heal for, on average, 1 health per turn. But she's getting hit a lot harder than that. So now it's not looking too good.
There's the second ally, so now the Tidal Wave wants to come. If he had it, like, he'd probably play it around now. It goes for the Wisdom Staff, so he's digging heavier. He needs more cards. Oh, nice. That Champion of a Room is in fact buffed because there's 2 3CC allies in place, so it has +2 attack and +2 health, making it a 3/5 menace.
But he's getting dangerously close now. He's just been put in love. That champ, even champions of Irem aren't immune to the feminine wiles of Jasmine.
Yeah, Jasmine's like that. She's rather persuasive. She can make most anything fall in love.
Don't take your eyes off the road, they say.
That is what she says. It's good advice.
Something like that.
Good advice.
Definitely good advice. I read that once whilst driving and it helped me not have an accident. I was looking through my folder of cards whilst driving. Anyway, back to this. It's looking pretty horrific. Even a Tidal Wave now, if he gets hit with a weapon, I think it's all over, isn't it?
Xana has enough Shadow Energy to heal.
So she has, yes.
She can go up to 9. But it is looking pretty grim. There's just a lot of threats in play.
Let's say props to Busty. He looks like a pimp right now because he's got like 2 seductresses.
Yeah, he is foiled up his neck.
Amber. Looking real nice.
Foil Amber, foil Jasmine, foil Seductresses, and what's the top card in this graveyard? Foil Jeweler's Dream. Why not? Oh, here we go. A Tidal Wave and a 3-drop would be great, and that's exactly what he does. See, now that Tidal Wave is much more powerful than the first one he did, because this time he has taken the board back right away. Like on the same turn he blew the board up, he also took board control with the ally. And then the Seductress says no to that plan. Uh-oh. That Spectral Saber, it's trying to throw a wrench into the plans. Down to 5. And the Wisdom Staff goes away, so there goes your draw power.
Eek. Could do with some kind of focused prayer now then, I guess. Stop being hit by 4. Then again, a Healing Touch would heal by 4. He's got both. That would be nice, I guess.
That would be nice. This is a bit of an issue, because that weapon's putting him close to death, but at the same time there's also a Seductress that you don't want to let stick around for too long. Poor Jasmine's disabled, so she's no good. It has to be in those 3 cards in his hand. One of them has to do it for him.
Some armor might help now, mightn't it, if you had some?
That's true. Armor would be great about now. Ooh, Mass Purification to kill Blood Frenzy. So apparently he is running Mass Purification. That is another card that he could not have been running last year because it's from Dark Prophecies. Why not, right? Killing that is actually perfectly fine.
Well, I think so close.
He's down to 1 now. That's like as risky as it gets.
Could have hidden that, but maybe it's kind of saying, look, I've got this in here. Be scared of using your other stuff next game now. It might be one of those kind of moves. Seems a bit late for it.
I think he's playing it out. He's not dead yet, so he's going to take the absolute utmost to try and win this game.
Never give up.
Yeah, that's the spirit. If you're the world champion last year, never give up.
It's a good game now, but yeah.
Obviously, he did not draw the answer he was looking for, so he is forced out of this one. That's only game 1. No, we have 2 left. Well, two potentially, maybe 1 if it's a 2-0.
And Eclipse went first in that one, so Busty will be kicking off this one.
Busty will be the one going first in game 2. Well, ain't that just an exciting result?
That was an exciting match, I think. I didn't really know early on which way it was going to go.
That mass purification could really make a difference. Like, let's say he hits a blood frenzy and a crippling blow at the same time with a mass purification. That could completely flip the tempo of the game around. Now you are right. He showed it to his opponents. Now his opponent's like, whoa, mass purification, hold the phone. So he might be a little worried about playing too many attachments now.
Yeah, and also Enrage as well. That could disappear easily.
Enrage, Blood Frenzy, Rampage. He suddenly doesn't want to play too many of those cards all at once because he risks getting blown out.
So it might have been a psych move.
That would actually be interesting if the idea was that he showed the card to him just to like psych him out. He was like, don't play your cards.
We'll find out if that ends up becoming important, because anybody scouting his game as well in future rounds, again, will know that it's in there now.
Well, maybe he's sending a message to all of them, all them warriors. He's like, take this, buddies.
Yeah, Consuming Fear as well. That will go. On a Mage. Loads of different things.
Even a card like Into the Forest that's otherwise extremely hard to get rid of will be taken away by a mass purification.
They've started. I don't know whether it's got the right person going first.
Well, let's find out. We'll jump in
and find out.
Jump into the deep end, as it were.
So Busty should be starting.
Yes.
Yep. Here we go then.
Woo!
This is
one
of
That's perfect.
Eclipse's last chances to survive. He's got this game that he can win. If he doesn't win this, then he'll be in the loser's bracket. If he does win, lots of ways to survive. Bam.
Yeah, even if you were knocked out of this round, you'd go into the loser's bracket. If you were knocked out of the loser's bracket, you have tomorrow, and tomorrow's still a way to get into that best-of-7 playoff at the end of it. Basically, you have something like 4 lives, if you think of it that way. You have the 1 life in the winner's bracket, then your 2nd life in the loser's bracket, and then the second event, you have it again. So you end up with four losses you can take.
I think we lost Kyle from the call.
Did we lose Kyle? Oh, no.
He might be going to open some booster packs.
Maybe he's trying to do redemption codes, yes.
Yeah.
That could be it.
I'm a bit lost what's happened here, because if Amber went first, then who somehow gained a resource? Did he skip a sack or something?
Seductress is in play, I would say.
Right.
Skipping is quite likely.
Aha, there we go. That's completely thrown me off.
Yeah, that's the thing with Seductress is you can always do that.
It's a well-designed card, that one. Props to whoever designed that. Hint, hint. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, it looks like Eclipse was in a great ball position a minute ago. Now Paladins just hit the field. I guess that's meant to be anti-various stuff. Fire. That'll cut down Supernova, won't it?
That will.
Or Fury and Terror. Pretty sweet. Somebody was asking in the stream about whether you can change heroes. No one's answered yet. So, no, these players have submitted their deck lists, they've chosen their heroes, they've chosen their decks, and they're playing the same thing throughout the entire day.
Yes, it's called a deck lock, so they're locked into their choices. Now, it should be noted that the Day 2 allows sideboarding, and this one does not. So in this particular event, they're locked into their choices, and they just have to play it. In Day 2, they have 10-card sideboards, which you can use for games 2 and 3 of a best-of-3 set to make alterations to their main deck to better fight what they're against. So you might swap out, say, a crippling blow for a smashing blow to go for more weapon control instead of ally control, or something like that. It really opens up a lot of new possibilities. And some cards that you might otherwise never play in a main deck, you might put into a sideboard. So tomorrow could be quite different from today.
Yeah, or you could even flip it around. I mean, your main deck could have a bit more tech in, And then you
could swap it out. That's actually true too. There's a lot of ways to transition builds when you're sideboarding. I've had fun with it in other games too. Sideboarding is always an enjoyable experience. But for now, Aeon has fallen, but Aeon did not fall without taking a card with it. It took a Seductress with it, so it's at least something. You know, I was going to say, I'm not sure the Paladin does too much in this particular matchup, because I don't think Amber has any elemental damage in her deck.
No,
I don't think she has any access to it.
Work. He can cancel negative effects, but I'm not sure we can see any of those either. He can cancel Disabled.
He can cancel Jasmine and the Disabled on Seductress. Those are like the negative things he could get rid of. It's a little bit narrow, but something. But the elemental part won't come into play here. And there's always the issue that a Seductress or a Jasmine can use that disabling effect on the Unaxio himself, which would not be so great.
If he got distracted now, he wouldn't mind. He's crippled and distracted, but he would still be able to use his ability.
Yeah, sure.
Elizabeth has fallen again.
But she drew a card, just like the last game. She draws a card before dying.
They're acting as good meat shields, these allies, as well. Keeping Amber off the face, because that's really where the last game turned. So the allies took the damage, and then suddenly Amber just thought, right, I'm going at you now.
You know what would be great right now? A mass purification to pop both the crippling blow and the blood frenzy. That's how he could turn this around.
Was he saying GG already?
He called GG and conceded the game, giving it to Busty. So obviously the 3 cards in his hand, we're not going to pull him out of that. He went, hey, I'm done. Don't want to give him any more information on my deck. Don't want people to scout me, so he jumped out of that one.
It's gone. Ouch. So that's 2-0 to Busty.
He's not out yet. He just drops into the loser's bracket. He's still
he's out of the... Yeah. So now I think we should jump into... Yeah, what? Good game on 24 health. Wow. Surely,
a mark of a good player is not only knowing when you're going to win, but knowing when you're going to lose.
But
so he just analyzes the situation and says, I can't do this. I'm going to lose. So he jumps out.
You really think? Because I would have thought like a tidal wave would reset it all. He'd only lost 2 health.
Comparable to the first game, if he did have a tidal wave, and obviously he must not have because he left, but if he did have one, he would have played it, and then had no ally follow-up, and then passed it back to his opponent, and then his opponent gets first poke at board, so it's still not great. But he would have played it if he had it. The reason he left is because he did not have it.
Right. Okay, he's taking a break now. Waiting in the loser's bracket.
And if you look at the brackets, you can now see that Eclipse is on the bottom of the loser's bracket, so he's slotted right in there.
To refresh that page to see that. Right, so Busty's through. Props to him. Who should we jump in to watch now then? Should we have a look at how Raphael Majair's getting on?
Yeah, good idea. Let's jump in and see how good old Raph is doing.
What IGN am I going to be looking for? Will it be BP Raphael Majair, do you mean?
Probably. That's actually exactly what I was going to search up.
Actually, BP Raphael Majair won't fit.
Oh,
so maybe it's Raphael Majair. If not, we'll just look at Viact instead.
Yeah, Viact is easy. KA
Viact, right. Okay, everybody, we're going to see how these two are getting on. I haven't found KA Viact either.
I believe it's KAM Vact, like KA space M space Vact.
Oh, right.
But Vact against Lying Dragon.
Oh, he wasn't against... Sorry, I misread the bracket there. Raphael Majair against Monomax.
Monomax.
Sorry, everybody. I do still want to see that, though, so I'm going to look up Monomax then. Is he TJ Monomax or just Monomax? He's obviously not just Monomax. TJ Monomax.
Not TJ, then try just Monomax.
Found him. Raphael Majair won the first one. They started the second one 5 minutes ago. So let's hop in and catch up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Let's find out what heroes they're running as well. Boris. Who's got Boris with Ghostmaker?
Oh, Boris with Ghostmaker. Cool.
So Raphael is running Ghostmaker Boris deck. And Monomax is running a retreat amber deck. Another amber?
Game 2, it looks like.
Yeah, Raph won the first one. Wonder what made him run Boris. We've seen 2 ambers now. Now we've got a Boris. Boris is strong, we've always known that. And Raph was a big fan of Boris back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Raph has had success with Boris in the past. So remember his Berserker Boris deck was like a build he took to a victory, I believe. Back in the day. That's when I first started playing. He had just come off a win with a Boris deck that he built.
I think that's what he won 1.27 with, actually. 1.27 tournament, Boris, yeah.
He's pretty much been a Boris player. He likes Boris ever since. Boris is a good hero. His ability is very consistent. He has access to powerful cards like Blood Frenzy, Jeweler's Dream, and the like. I mean, he doesn't have the same damage potential that Amber does with the weapon shenanigans, but he makes for very consistent and powerful ally builds. So we'll see here which one takes it. I mean, here you go. The Human Warriors are facing off.
Spectral Saber.
That dream.
And he just got rid of the Blood Frenzy.
Race to the light. I like that.
I think he must be a bit behind me. Or a bit ahead of me. I don't know.
I'm probably behind you. I think I started late.
Okay. While a Blood Frenzy was played, then a Spectral Saber got rid of it. Now another Blood Frenzy was played, and now a Sandworm has hit the board. Which is quite a pain for Amber, usually. Sandworm, you have to get crippled, I guess.
Oh, I see. I'm like a turn behind you. So if I watch on the live stream, it's probably better.
Now Aeon's down and Sandworm's being retreated. Boris is on the clock, 19 health.
Yeah, Blood Frenzy is sort of like a clock. It gives you a lots of card advantage, but at the same time says, if you don't win X turns, you will die to this card. Both players are on the Blood Frenzy clock, though, because, hey, that's a Warrior Mirror for you. It tends to be what happens. They both want their card draw, so they're going to be frenzying it up. Ah, crippled worms. That's no good.
Just cripples and retreats left and right.
Yeah, they're cheap 2cc answers, and especially if you're like Amber and you have Jeweler's Dream, it refreshes 2 resources. Where are you going to put it? You're going to put it into a retreat or crippling blow every time.
Got a question for Kyle. I think he's back now. Something crashed his computer before. The cards Retreat and Crippling Blow. Did you name those, or was that one of your previous designers before we joined the team? I'd love to have a bit of story on that.
I believe those are some of the very first original cards when I first designed Shadow Era. So those are some of the most basic of effects that went in the game first.
And they're being used in top-tier decks for championships more than 2 years later. Retreat bounces something back to hand. It's got some really funny artwork there, which works really well on the sleeve. And Crippling Blow, yeah. The Crippling Blow ability changed a bit over time, didn't it? I think it used to just drop attack, and then we talked about maximum attack, which suddenly made it a lot better. I think Crippling Blow wasn't used that much until we changed it to maximum attack of 0, which basically says you're never going to attack again unless you get uncrippled somehow.
Which is possible.
I think that's how Warriors kind of rose up, wasn't it? Warriors suddenly got a lot more viable with Crippling Blow.
Yeah, I think Crippling Blow is like that key centerpiece, because the Jeweler's Dream Crippling Blow combo just really works out well.
I've got to say props to you, Kyle, for the coherency on the cards in terms of like the flavour. Retreat really does make somebody retreat from the field. Crippling Blow really does represent Crippling Blow. So I love that when cards effects actually match the name and so on, the art. So
yeah, who'da thunk it? Kyle Poole himself, master designer.
What do you mean who'da thunk it?
Who'da thunk it?
Designed the whole game.
That's why I say, who'da thunk it? Like, no surprise, he's amazing.
Oh, no surprise. Oh, sarcasm. Okay. Right, back to this game. Somebody's in love. The champ's in love again. A different match. He's just forlorn with Jasmine. Were those little hearts in the game from the outset, Kyle, when you first implemented it, you put the Jasmine Hearts on, or were they added a bit later?
They were added fairly late. Even now, there's some effects that aren't properly indicated in the game. So we're still working at adding those. But those actual hearts came fairly late.
Oh, all right. Cute. When I started playing in April 2011, I think they were on there then, but I think the game had been on Facebook for like 6 months before that, so I didn't discover it on there. We've got 3 crippled allies at the moment.
Yeah, there's crippling blows all over the place this game. It is a little crazy.
Everybody's love of mass purification right now.
Everybody's arms are basically being like chopped off in this one. They're all like, ah! They're all crippled. Oh, Raven got to survive, and the Alden pump made it so that Alden was taken out. Because the zero attack Alden will still pump the board, but now that he is dead, he can't pump anything.
So we could potentially have like 5 allies on each side, and only one of each could attack here. So like Boris is just flooding that board with more and more allies, hoping one of them can evade the crippling blow.
That's exactly it.
If 5 crippling blows end up on somebody, then I'll have to call shenanigans. Unless in a dimension ripper, I'll have to call shenanigans.
Oh, that was nice. Priest of the Light, keeping that shadow energy low, raising up Amber's health. I really think Raphael Majair is in a bit of trouble here. Gonna have a hard time getting out of this one. Because when you're at 5 health and you're staring at Amber, you just know those weapons can produce enough reach to kill you. Ooh, and he plays Enraged to get out of that. Get out of the danger zone, as it were.
Oh man, but that Spectral Saber, the threat of the Spectral Saber.
Yes, this is the kind of time where you're very afraid of having your attachment and rage removed, because your life is just too low, you can't afford to lose it.
In terms of tech cards, Spectral Saber has to be one of the best value. That could be another factor why people have gone, well, we've already seen 3 warriors here.
Yeah, Amber and Spectral Saber go well together. It's 4 attack weapon on Amber, and then it's also versatile in that it can kill attachments.
Wow, and Monomax is running low on deck.
Both players are getting pretty low. They're both at 10 or less.
Ooh,
You're right, though. That's 7. There's Aeon. It's like the biggest thing you can do. The biggest and the baddest ally, Aeon himself.
Will we see some shield bash or something? Or he's going to have a hard job getting rid of him, unless maybe King's Pride or something. That would get rid of the Aeon. Might finish off the Amber, actually.
Great.
I guess there's no retreat there then. So you would have used that already.
Quite the board situation here. There's so much stuff in play.
A nice showcase of human allies right there.
An Aeon to match Aeon, why not?
It's almost one of each there, isn't there? There's a foiled Puan. You couldn't quite take out that Aeon. Chris would love to join this party now just to be part of the showcase, but also
and take out that Aeon.
Yeah, who's going to start buffing people.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that Puan there, he's looking to get bigger now that Aeon survived. But Raph has dropped so many threats at once that I don't know. It's almost like it doesn't matter. I don't know if Amber can deal with that much at once. I mean, we know for a fact that there ain't going to be too many more crippling blows, given that 3 are already like on allies.
Yes, the Puin's going to get up to 3 attack instead now. We still can't get any of the allies because there's an opposing AR now.
Oh, so his plan is just to say, nope, going for the hero. But does he have that Spectral Saber that he needs? And there it is. That drops him to 1 health. Blood Frenzy will kill him. I believe Monomax has pulled it off.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
Yes.
he did. He barely pulled
It's
it off.
1-all.
He was looking at a scary board there and just like, whoa, that Spectral
Nice
Saber
Spectral
perfectly
Saber.
timed. And notice that required the pump on Puin. That required the extra 1 attack to finish him. So that Aeon staying alive just barely gave him enough to kill him.
Yeah. Wow. 1-all. That was the exciting one.
That's
Now
exciting.
we'll be able to
Sure.
watch the decider live.
This one's going right up to game 3. Who do you think has the advantage here, Gondorian, based on that game? Do you think Boris? Do you think Gam?
I mean, so many crippling blows out there. We didn't get to see a load of Raph's deck because a lot of it got sacrificed. So there's an Aeon on both sides. I can't call it. I can't call it.
A mirror like this is kind of hard to call.
You have to guess.
I think a King's Pride could make a difference. I think if Raph's deck was to like pop a King's Pride and it stuck, that would be like really problematic for Monomax. I don't even know if he has a King's Pride, but if he does, something like that could do it.
But then you've got the Smashing Blow, which could get rid of it. So
yep, that's the thing. It really is kind of up in the air.
I just want to say hello to Martin JF, my nemesis. I haven't forgotten those things you said on the forum, and one day you'll get yours. That's what I'm saying. He's actually moved to America now to get away from me because he used to live in Norway, I think. He's moved all the way to America.
Oh, really? He was trying to escape the Gondor.
I think so. Yes, we've had a few spats on the forum. One day we'll have that grudge match. One day. Yeah, hello, Martin. How's it going? Martin designed some cards in Shadow Era, actually, before even any of us were on the team. He designed Dimension Ripper.
Yep.
And he designed Wrath of the Forest, I think.
It's true. I actually remember the good old Dimension Ripper being like, that was a created card. Man, that card is so cool.
I don't like either, to be honest.
No, you would say that, wouldn't you? Because he's your nemesis and all.
Yes, of course. You moved away from the smell of... Okay, I'm not going to read that out. It seems racist. See, okay, right. We're just typing in the stream.
Moved that away from the smell of... I'm not going to bite that one.
Wow. Hey, how are the other rounds going? I mean, other matches?
Since we have some downtime, I'll report some results. Apparently, K.A. Leo, he 2-0'd Justicar. So Leo is now into round 2. And Justicar has dropped to the loser's bracket. And Lying Dragon 2-0'd K.A. Vact. So he's moved on to round 2.
Right, okay. As I said at the start of the stream, each broadcast is going to be less than 2 hours for YouTube export. We just hit the 17-minute mark, so I think it's probably just going to be... It's just taken quite a while, actually, for the first round. And some are finished. We'll be wrapping up soon. I think we'll be able to get 2 rounds done and then hand over to the other team of Kevin and Lewis.
Yes, I think so. That's quite doable.
So we have to watch the second round and then hand over to them. Someone's probably having a break at the moment.
Yeah, collecting themselves after a hard-fought game, trying to make sure that game 3 counts and do their best to win it. Maybe, grab a drink of water or something. Because I imagine with a tournament like this, nerves could play a part, and so it's important to make sure you're in a good level head when you jump into the next game. Oh, another result just in. Black Mask has 2-0'd Slowtown, which is backwards you went at Noi.
Right, and well, we can look up the heroes for those to see who's through to the next round of the top bracket then, I guess. Who have we got? So we've seen Monomax. Black Mask has got through with an Alad win. Did you say Black Mask won?
Black Mask won.
Right, so Black Mask got through with an Alad win. Busty was using Amber. K.A. Leo was using Amber. And Lion Dragon was using probably Alad win from the other day.
And is it?
I don't know, I'm trying to scroll, trying to find it.
Oh, I'll find it so quickly.
Yeah, it is Aladwin. Yeah.
Oh, Aladwin, yes. So
Who's
he's
that?
probably running that same deck that he just won with, because, hey, you know what? If it
It
worked like a
works.
day or two ago, use it again.
So we might see some Warrior Mage action soon, which we've not watched yet in a...
You could call it like Mage Wars. Ha ha ha. Mage Warriors.
That's a different game there.
See what it did there? Cheesy pun.
Yeah.
Alright, they haven't started yet, the Monomax or Majair matchup.
Right.
We could try and jump into a game 3 of another set. Maybe give some stream time, like maybe Jackie there, Mojo.
Good point, good point. What, A1 Jackie?
Yeah,
They
let's see how them are doing.
Yeah, okay. Dialed it up. They've been playing on the
perfect. They're on game 3. We can jump into that and see which one of them
13
takes it.
minutes in. Speed commentary. Okay,
Yeah.
Let's rock. Do you want to go for it on the speed commentary?
Okay, I'll do the speed commentary so we can see. We got Amber and Zaladar. That's cool. Zaladar, I like that. They both have sleeves, so neither one of them has sleeve advantage, so that's kind of neat. And
Couple of night sleeps.
No turn 2 play from Amber, but a turn 2 Crash from Zaladar. Turn 3 Blood Frenzy drops down. And a Thaddeus. So right away we can see that Zaladar is going for allies. Amber is setting up. Now I'm sure the plan is to play a Jeweler's Dream here, refresh some resources, and use that to take the board back. Okay, Spectral Saber, so we don't get a Jeweler's Dream. No resource refreshing, but the Thaddeus is most definitely dead. And now Karash is in a position where if he tries to attack, he's going to die to that Spectral Saber. Zaladar doesn't care. He just drops another Thaddeus.
You put the 2 damage on at least.
Yeah, boom, there he goes. So that one Spectral Saber, pretty much as I was thinking, it swapped the board around, did its job, 2 for 1, why not? And he plops and all done. But this is problematic now because Zaladar
you're a bit ahead
up.
of me, you know.
Oh, my speed commentary is too speedy.
Yeah, Gargoyle just dropped. No.
Yeah, it's probably my game speed doing it.
I thought mine was at 4, but Aldon's just been zapped, and Thaddeus has pinged Aldon now, so he's dead. Amber's really ticking down. 18 health. Wild Berserker's hit the field.
Now that's exciting because that Wild Berserker, it's a foil.
Oh, yes. I was just thinking he came out with haste and destroyed a DMT, so...
He did it with foil, so he did it shiny. Aw, Fury and Terror made sure that the Wild Berserker ended.
Jackie will be cursing that Fury and Terror because he's not a fan.
Yeah, every time he sees Fury and Terror, he's like, God, God.
He's just killed it though, so...
Yeah, he got his revenge on it, but then poor little Acid Jet got the revenge on the Jeweler's Dream.
I have to say, Jackie has not been playing that much of Shadow Era on the live server the past 6 months. Yeah. He has been a superb contributor to the testing of Shattered Fates. So his grasp on the current meta is probably pretty poor.
It's not as strong as his grasp on like the next set.
His grasp on the next set is awesome because in the early development we had a group called the Alpha Playtesting Group. He was in that, giving lots of feedback on cards, helping us tweak them even before they got to PFG. So he put so many hours in there, I don't think he had time to play on the live server. Whereas
I think that's a fair estimate.
Yeah, Migor was playing so much on the live server, actually It's kind of like when one went away from the live server, the other one showed up because Amigo completely owned Season 7, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
When
man.
Dark Prophecies came out.
Amigo was a good player. He knows how to win that quick match ladder. He plays a lot. I thought the Valiant Defender there was actually quite an interesting deck choice, and it actually forced Eldar to use a Shriek of Vengeance on it too. Like he went out of his way to make sure that stopped.
Wow, that's a good point. Not seen a lot of Valiant Defender, but it can be really useful if you're expecting to meet allies. It's great.
Yeah, you want a tech card? We've seen like Mass Purification. Now we've seen Valiant Defender. We're getting some like interesting card choices being played here. There's the Mind Control. That's not bad at all because it's going to make that Spectral Saber go away and kill the Berserker at the same time. So that's a value Mind Control right there.
My game speed must be a bit slow.
Yeah, I'm seeming to jump ahead of you.
I haven't seen the Mind Control yet.
Yeah,
somebody's calling GG. There's the Mind Control that you predicted.
I profited that one.
You certainly did profit. I'll check my game speed in a minute. I don't want to interrupt this part of the stream. Well, I've seen GG call, but I don't know actually who won.
I don't know who won either. I haven't seen it yet.
No.
We'll get there. Somebody won.
We'll get there. Amber's running a bit low now. Antimatter. Usually the person who loses says good game. So that might mean that it was Jackie.
What happens when they both say it?
Well, normally the loser should say it first, I think. They reckon.
It looks like it. Jackie's life is getting pretty low, so assuming like an Enrage doesn't drop, that could do it.
Wow, so the Seductress disabled the Morbid Acolyte, who was already crippled. So, if you're crippled, what can get worse than that? Disable us. Wow. Well, he's woken up now. I'm not sure what that could have even done, to be honest. Oh, it stops him attacking. But he had crippling blow. Looks like this game did actually have a ways to go there. But Jackie's down to 4 health in this one. On my screen. He revealed a retreat. He revealed a retreat and didn't play it. He's actually close to taking out the Zaladar. But I think the Zaladar ability with a Shadow Font would will win it. Soul Reaper, that's helpful.
Yeah, it's plenty helpful actually. made all the difference.
Amber needs to win now, or the Zaladar ability will win it. So
yeah, that Soul Reaper gave him like way too much.
I didn't see quite how much he got to, but 21. In that case, he really needs an Enrage, doesn't he? Okay, so 8 health left. He's got his ability next, though. So unless he can heal, then there's the GG then. The Zaladar Zap wins the game. So that means that Jackie has fallen into the losers bracket, and Amigo has made it through in the upper bracket.
Yep.
So do we have any more matches of round 1 left? Has any round 2 started?
We still have our Rapid Majair one, if we want to see if that's still good to go.
Alright. I must have started by now.
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah, it has. 7 minutes ago.
Okay. It started just after we switched over, I guess.
So is your game speed good to go?
I'm going to set it to 4 now. I think it was set to 4, but options. Oh, it's 2. Silly me. Okay, right. Playing. I've hopped in right this second.
So did I. They're drawing
Okay.
cards now.
Right.
Game 3. Who takes it? You know, I kind of want Boris to take it because I do like Boris myself. I've always been a bit of a Boris fan when I play Warriors, so I'd like to see a Boris make it onto round 2.
Me too, because we've got a few Ambers in there already.
Yeah, diversity. In the name of diversity.
He's got the Blood Frenzy down, turn 3 Blood Frenzy, so that's looking nice for him.
Interesting. Chose not to pump the Jeweler's Dream. I suppose he didn't feel he needed to. The ally's still dead, and if a Smashing Blow would occur right now, it's not going to kill a pumped weapon, so that's not so bad for Amber. Smart play, I would say. And the Santa Bomb there was effectual because it made Blood Frenzy not to do work on that turn, but still cost a point of life. And there's the Smashing Blow, so obviously Amber predicted that line of play perfectly.
Good call, yeah. I suppose if he planned that he was going to do the bad Santa as well, then he thought there's probably a good chance he's now going to have some tech.
And Spectral Saber just ripped off the Blood Frenzy. And then Raph was smart enough to hold on to a second Blood Frenzy so he could immediately replace it.
You're still going faster than me.
What? Still? How? Am I on game speed 5?
Could be. I don't know.
Right.
Amber's just whacked Forest just this second. And then
With
Priest
Jeweler's
of the
Dream,
Light
right?
came down. Priest
All
of
right.
the Light. So,
We seem to be like, I think I'm only a couple seconds ahead of you this time. The other time I was like 2 turns ahead of you by the end of it.
right. Smashing Blow just came down. Jasmine has joined the party. Boris has blown up the Priest. For those in the chat, Kyle hasn't gone crazy. He is giving clues to redeem codes out. Well, it doesn't prove he hasn't gone crazy, but what he's typing there is redeem code clues. Shadow Crystal.
I actually think he's just gone crazy. I'm reading that. That's just like, what?
It's just coincidence that they end up matching. It's some bizarre coincidence. Look at the board situation now. Wow.
Ooh. Yeah, see, this is what Boris does. This is the ally swarm I was talking about. You swarm out the allies, maybe a King's
Amber's
Pride to
on
finish it off.
Huge health.
Yeah, early in rage play puts her way up plus 30. Well, that was nice.
A foil retreat on the Aeon. Wow, look at that. Look at the way that just turned around. Crippling Blow, Seductress. This
Yeah,
is great.
That was a lot of
control.
answers all at once, like bam, 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 bam. But I don't think that was enough. I think Raph is just going to flip it right back around.
The Aeon down again, yeah.
And the ability killed the Seductress. This is the kind of situation where a King's Pride is just like, you win. So if he has it, he definitely wants to play it like right now because that would really seal the deal.
No, he's crippled that foil pulling. He's buffing somebody. This is going to be 11, 12 damage, I think, now from those allies.
Oh yeah, it's painful. Nice and painful, 12 damage to the face. That's the problem with the crippled Aeon is his activated ability still works, so he's still putting in value, and he's also still a protector, so like he's still doing everything he needs to.
Knows he can wear down that weapon completely as well. It's just been used once, hasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, she's got 5 attack, then there's the
5 attack, then 4 attack, then 3 attack.
King's solid.
Just in case, he's using resources to make Pua not be able to attack if that crippling blow is to come off.
Just in case, yeah. You might as well, I guess.
He's being safe, covering your bases.
Yeah.
And boop, there goes the Jeweler's Dream.
And that Amber's already got an Enrage on.
yeah, they're not going to enrage again, so I'm thinking Rap just made a very powerful play here. I think he's trying to win the game right now.
I wonder why
forced
we
user
don't-
retreat on a crippled Aeon. That's dicey.
Right. He wants to get those allies against. It's the last get against those allies. But he's still got 10 damage on the board, isn't he? Or 11? 4, 4, and 3. Or is it 12? It's the same 12 again, isn't it?
It's 11, and then the one loss from Amber there will make it 12. Amber's basically dead if yeah. Amber's basically dead. The map says so.
Why don't we see more Boris usually around? I mean, we talk about top heroes. We don't hear much of Boris, but he's
I
shown
believe
himself.
it's because people prefer to play the Amber build because it has more reach and damage potential to end the game quicker. But Boris is quite stable. It's a consistent hero. That's what I would think. I think people prefer to use the Jeweler's Dream free attack, resource refreshing, put extra damage on a hero early. If we're talking like quick match grinding, you grind faster if you kill faster.
But if you predict Amber, then maybe Boris can outdo.
Oh, that's entirely possible.
Here we go then. So Raphael Majair is through to round 2
Kerplonk.
in the upper bracket. Nicely done.
Nicely done indeed. That was a convincing win on his part. That was a great game 3 for him. I think that gives him a lot of momentum jumping into the round 2.
Do we know who won out of K. Henson and Pandemonium?
I don't believe so. I have not heard a result from them, so we can check.
Has any of round 2 started, or are they waiting?
I don't believe so. Let's see. Any round 2 matches that might have started? Maybe Black Mask, Mojo. That might have started. We'll take a peek.
Oh, they have started, have they?
BP Black Mask. Let me see if they've started. Yep. They've started 5 minutes ago. Game 1.
Of round 2. Let's have a look at round 2 then.
All right.
BP Black Mask.
We haven't watched Black Mask yet. It's
All one
BP
word.
Black Space Mask. It's all spaced out.
He's wearing a space mask. A black space mask. Okay.
Yes, a black space mask.
Here we go. I've jumped in. Against Amigo, we just watched.
So we watched
with
Amigo.
Zaladar. Yeah.
That was like the one Zaladar deck slipping in there,
Right.
which is cool.
So, Aladwin Zaladar, we've not seen this matchup yet.
Yeah, it's fresh. And it's a round 2 matchup too, so these are now people that won round 1.
It's fresh and crisp. Are you organising everything on IRC at the same time as commentating, or is Samuel J helping out over there, getting everybody organised? Or are they just refreshing brackets and they know everything that they're doing?
Yeah, basically they're reporting results on IRC, and I'm just updating the bracket. Not
Props to you for your
Pretty
multitasking
easy.
skills.
More props to them. They're good at reporting. They just say, hey,
Props.
here's the result. I go, thanks, man, and that's it.
Thanks, man. Okay, props to all the players. They're earning their shadow
Yeah.
crystals in their sleeves. Today.
Players
Just
reporting,
can't
that makes it easier for me. If they don't report and I have to manually dig for it while commentating, it's like, oh, that's a bit more of a pain. Tome of Knowledge, to draw a card. Good old turn for a tome. Always nice. I love that play. I'm not ahead this time, am I?
I just seen the first sacrifice. Only joking. Florian Terra hit the board. Florian Terra hit the board. Killed Puin. Somebody got zapped. Priest of the Light got zapped.
Priest got
Bit
up
of a
away.
light.
Aladwin reminded Zaladar that the real lightning strike is found in Aladwin's card pool, so she zaps that Fury and Terror. But then a shriek blows up the tome. Poor tome.
Samuel J on the stream is claiming that he's doing all the work actually, and you are fibbing.
Oh,
Telling Porky Pies.
That's my bad. It's my mistake. My mistake.
Samuel J. You delegated it all, so well done to you for the delegation. Shadow Vein. Nice card. That's going to make things get very interesting. Loads of... oh, no, it's not. Leyline Nexus.
Shadow Vein will be a great... Oh!
It gave both players 1 Shadow Energy. So.
It did. It did something. It's useful. It did damage, too. And there's a big Chizap.
That fleet-footed messenger's still sticking around.
Oh, Shrine of Negatia. Now there's yet another tech play.
We don't see often, yeah.
This is interesting. These decks are using card choices where you just don't see them. Not in Quick Match, ever.
So that's purely in case there's a Millstalker, I guess. Trying to get rid of, the full moon or something, or the rain delay.
Well, even in this case, just knocking that antimatter back in the hand, it's hard to use that thing, because to play it and use it on the same turn is 5 resources. That's too much if we're talking tempo. That means I'm not playing any allies. Yeah. I don't want to do that.
I bet it was in there just for antimatter.
I think it was a tempo bump. Yes, you're right, it would take out Millstalker, but then it also has value here and there, too. Let's say Portal Magia. You knock away Portal, that hurts Portal quite a bit.
The antimatter showed up.
Yeah, he replayed it. Fleet-footed is going in for fleet-footed value.
Fleet antimatter. Chucked away another antimatter. Morbid Acolyte hits the field. A couple of fireballs though, it's all over here, isn't it?
That's probably what he's looking for. Black Mass definitely wants just to fireball him.
But he's stuck on a mere 5 resources.
Yeah, he's probably...
Double fireball. Not possible.
Not possible yet. No, he's probably comfortable, though. Because you could do something like a fireball 1 turn, pass, then supernova next turn, and then it's done. So he might have a long-term plan here. Oh, and the zaps come down, but again, Fleet-footed hates dying to zaps, but is taken out by the Morbid Acolyte. There's a card draw. If it was double Fireball, there is the option that Black Mask could go sack double Fireball, but that wouldn't do it. What he needs to win right now to do an exact kill would be a Fireball Supernova, and that would have to be done over the course of 2 turns. Given that he played a Priest of the Light, probably doesn't have Fireball Supernova.
No, and that the heal helps a little bit, slows down Zaladar. Zaladar really loves killing priests.
Zaladar loves his hero ability, so the fact that Priest of the Light takes away energy, very relevant.
It's like, hey, I'm a 3 HP ally, you can zap me. Oh wait, you just lost 1 shadow energy, sorry. Priest is dead.
Yeah, Fury and Terror has kabonked him.
There is a lot. Looks like there's a lot of allies in Amigo's graveyard. So, is he holding on to a?
Oh, true. Get the Soul Reaper. We saw that against Jackie, and that was actually what caused him to win Game 3. Yeah. It happened.
He knows he's not in range at the moment of death, but actually he's down to 6 health.
He's getting there. He's definitely getting there. To the point where if he has Soul Reaper, he might really want to do it.
Yeah, because
there it is. We go. See, he plans for that. Obviously, Emigor is quite used to these kind of Ambrose racing Aladwin tactics. He knows how to stop it. Just time that Soul Reaper really well. They'll go all in on the kill, and then you just go bam.
The Disciple's down.
No, Disciple. And Aladwin's ability is up and now can't be used.
It's quite a hefty Disciple, actually. 6 health.
Oh, yeah. That's posing a problem for Aladwin. Aladwin's forced to kill the Acolyte.
In terms of design, that was a conscious shift by us in Dark Prophecies to shift from it was kind of a standard 3-4 stat mostly for 3 CC ally. We shifted to some 2/5s. On the 4 drops, which didn't tend to be that effective in Call of Crystals, we added some 2 6s, and then her with that ability, solid staying power. Get more ally on ally action as a result of that.
That's actually true. We consciously decided to make that one a little bit more different than the norm. We didn't want just another 3/4 for 3, so we said, hey, why not 2 6 for 4? Go. I think it was the first one actually, right?
The first 2 6.
First 2 6 for 4 CC.
Yeah, she needed staying power. She actually started off as a human card. The Disciple of More. I forget the name now. Something occultist, I think, possibly.
Yes, it was an occultist that got moved around.
Yeah.
Oh, and Chris has just suicided into the occultist, or was occultist, now Disciple of Aldmore.
Yeah.
I gotta wonder why that particular play was made. What did that do? Hitting it for 1.
Supernova?
Supernova?
Yeah.
Wasn't done that turn though, so maybe it's like a next turn Supernova.
It's got a huge hand of cards there, but only 5 resources. No Shadow Veins. Gonna have some fun.
Yeah, I think the real issue was the plan on Eladrin's part was just to kill Zaladar, and then that Soul Reaper just threw such a giant wrench in it. It was like, oh, I can't kill you twice.
Eladrin's gonna have a real uphill battle here because
especially when you're thinking Supernova. Supernova's killing Eladrin at this point. She's the one with the health discrepancy.
Yeah, and maybe Amiga's even running 2 Soul Reapers. Staff of Disintegration? You don't see that often. Wow, what's that all about? That's such a rarely seen card.
It's more tech.
More tech. Because Eladrin hasn't really got hasn't got weapon destruction, I guess. Poor quality, maybe. Artful Squire. But it could save a lot of damage against an Amber, couldn't it? She's buffed it up to 4 attack.
Hey,
She's got
I like
through to the second round with it, so.
I like all the interesting tech choices we're seeing, you know? This is exactly when I expect to see these, like, tech choices, too, is at the high end of competition. So when you start seeing those card choices where you're like, that's interesting. You just don't see that normally. But when you do see it, you're like, cool. In fact, in top of Eladrin's graveyard there is that Shrine of Negatia. It just loves showing its presence. You don't see it often, but when you do, you turn your head. You're like, really?
I'm loving seeing all the tech here. People don't run tech on Quick Match very much, because I guess, I don't know, it's one game, isn't it? It's best of one.
Best of one, it's much harder to predict what your opponent's going to play, because they could play literally like anything, so you're just like,
Whereas this, you read the meta and decide, yeah. I suppose the Staff of Disintegration, if Eladrin ends up running against a solo person or someone like many allies, then that means that she can take out the weapon or armor and also whack with her own weapon. So I guess that's... her ability is useless if there's no allies to zap. She's found a different way.
True.
To use it. Is that still the same staff on the board, or is that a second one?
Oh, that's the second one, I believe. I believe so.
Eladrin's on 7 and Zaladar's on 21. I think. There's a fireball. I've not seen many fireballs this game, and then we just saw 2 in a row.
Well, that just goes to show that Eladrin did not have them earlier, only drew them now. Uh-oh. She's down to like 3 health, and Zaladar's still at 21. Isn't looking good.
Tome of Knowledge, much more easier way to get cards than Antimatter. From a design perspective, the reason why Antimatter is harder to use is because Elementals started off with with poor draw. If they had really, really good draw, I think they'd be super awesome. That's why we gave them antimatter, which it does let them chuck. It's got good synergy with Soul Reaper and Infinity Core, though, because what you chuck away, you can still get back.
Yeah, and also the fact that you get to see 2 cards, where Tom only lets you see 1, so it's giving you more options, so you pay a little bit of a tax on the options.
And we just saw Amigo win. He ran out of deck. The antimatter, he burnt through his deck fast. He found the things he needed to find. So it's 1-0 to Amigo. And the game's already up for the next part. Can you remember who started that one?
I can check. Click. Let's see. Who went first in the last one? The last one was... Waiting for those cards to be drawn. It was Emigor, so it should be Aladrin going first this time. Black Mask.
Okay, I've lost them off my screen now. There's so many people playing on Quick Match, so I've lost that game off my screen. BP, Black, Space Mask. Right.
Black Space Mask.
No, he's still waiting. Still waiting to get going. So in roughly 15 minutes, we're going to be handing over to Kevin, aka Nacho Ches, Lewis, aka Soothslayer, who will be doing about 2 hours of coverage, and they'll hand back to us after their 2-hour slot. That gives us a chance to have a break, grab some food, watch what they're doing, enjoy their work, and so on. I'm sure they're enjoying our work. So that's in 15 minutes. Their game has just started. I don't know if it's the right person starting, but I'm hopping in and we'll find out.
Let's hope so.
Defeat. Looks like the wrong person started.
Ah. Always with the wrong person starting, just to troll us like that. Cross your fingers, right person start.
Right, I'll try again.
Yeah, he's got it up. He's waiting.
The thing is about possibly running stuff at the same time is that because this is full deck lock, doesn't make much odds whether the second round starts before the first round is finished. Whereas if people could change their decks, then there would be a advantage in seeing what others have done.
That's true.
Things like that.
That is actually true. There'd be more time for like scouting and all that. They could get you in to change your deck to beat them and all that jazz.
So as it's full deck lock and so on, things can just continue. And to be honest, this is already going to take a long time because it's double a limb. So we hope that our viewers will stick around for the whole thing. And the players, the poor players, some of them are GMT +8, so it's already like the middle of the night for them. So we've got to take all that into account. Okay, so the game's up and waiting again. I think we'll probably just do this one, then hand over to
that sounds good.
Kevin and Lewis.
That sounds like a plan.
Right, it's up and playing, 36 seconds in. Let's jump in and see. I've already forgotten who's meant to be starting here. Hopefully they know. Was it Amigo that's meant to start? No.
Black Mask is the one that means it has to start.
No. Curse you, random who starts thing.
Damn you, range!
For the sake of time, we might want to hop into one that's just started and then hand over.
That might be an idea, because this is taking a little while to get going.
Who else is in progress?
Have we watched Lying Dragon yet?
I think we have. A1 Lion Dragon?
Yeah.
Clicking on the wrong buttons here.
Give him a shot.
Alright, A1 Eclipse is about to play in the losers bracket, but let's have a look in on A1 Lion Dragon.
It's against Raphael Majair. They started 9 minutes ago.
Right, hopping in now then. This will be a great match to watch before we hand over. So Kevin and Lewis will be ready to take over after this match. We'll bid you adieu for now. This is an Aladwin Boris. We don't think we've seen this matchup yet either. And wow, Lion Dragon's wearing a Bloodlust sleeves.
There you go. Those are nice sleeves. I like that. A nice motif, if you ask me.
The story behind that art is that it used to be a bit more revealing. Kyle Poole himself drew the hair on.
Yes,
Still get the original image.
I have fond memories of editing that to make it a little bit less revealing for the Apple censors.
They let it through, but then they wouldn't let Jasmine's ass through at one time. It's just too big. We can't fit that in the App Store. Sorry.
That's funny.
Those sleeves do look awesome, actually.
They are
really
pretty. I like them.
The Sabotage sleeves look good as well. These two guys have a long history. From A1, a lot of respect for each other's skills. Learned a lot from each other back in the day. This is a great matchup to be happening.
We had Severtise take up Blood Frenzy, which is usually terrible, except Raph here. He always seems to carry that backup Blood Frenzy. He doesn't sack them. Because both games we've watched him now, he's made sure to hold on to a backup Blood Frenzy.
Who do you think's got the advantage here, Warrior versus Mage?
I would think, if this is Lying Dragon's deck from before, I think Lying Dragon could have an edge if he starts playing his Sandworms, which won't get killed by Boris's ability, has Sever Ties to knock away a crippling blow. That could give him a leg up, maybe drop an Aeon to seal the deal. We know this deck has, like, if it's the same one, it has the fatty allies. That could make a difference. If it was maybe just an Enraging one, I might think he would lose to something like an Enrage well played, but the fatties could give him trouble. Because Boris's ability naturally can't touch the higher end stuff. Like, especially once Aeon comes down and starts protecting all the little guys, it's like Boris's ability is now do nothing.
Yeah. There he is.
Hello, say exactly that. So he's like, and Boris's ability's really up, and it can't be used.
Boris would love to have a dragon's tooth. Boom.
And man, we're calling it all. That was a perfectly timed Dragon's Tooth. Okay, so Raph has Dragon's Tooth. That gives him an edge. The fatty plan is suddenly less functional. And then the weenies are also going to die. But Aladwin's Aladwin. She always has those burn tricks up her sleeve that can still give her an edge.
Serious board flood.
Allies. Good thing that Dragon's Tooth was there. If Boris didn't have Dragon's Tooth, I think that Aeon into those allies would have just ended it.
Someone made a comment on the chat, Aladmirable, that it's like having a fireball attached to a freezing grip, while fireball can hit the hero, so it's not quite the same. It's super value.
Oh,
the reason why she's strong now is because she used to be even stronger. When you're nerfing cards in a live game that people are attached to, you're going to get a serious backlash if you nerf her too far. So we left her strong because she was already strong. So...
Oh, and Raph conceded that one.
Raph quit. Yeah.
I mean, he had 7 health left. Aladwin was probably going to get him, so fair enough.
Who won the first one?
That was the first one.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I think we should hand over now to Kevin and Lewis for the sake of our YouTube export. If it can only handle 2 hours, we'll take a break and be back in roughly 2 hours' time, just under. So,
Alrighty.
Well, we could probably wait until they say they're ready to go, do a bit of a recap on what we've seen.
Yeah, let's pull up the
And I will
brackets and
power down.
peek.
Yeah, let's look at the brackets and then let them get ready, decide who they're going to show on theirs. So everybody's through. So the first round's completely over now. Some losers brackets going on. Raphael Majair's playing Lion Dragon. Maybe KA Leo and Poochie 2 is worth having a look at now. If you could furnish Kevin with the IGNs, then you can show one of those. So we'll hop off now and say goodbye, everybody. The stream will temporarily go offline, and then Kevin will start streaming, and we'll continue. So it's goodbye from me for now, and I'll catch you later.
Bye, guys. We'll be back.
Thanks for watching.